Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you folks. It's May the 20th day. Yep, believe it or not, in 2022, let's fight pace and power, good folks. Pace and power. Share the live wherever you're joining us from. Smash that emoji button as well, good folks. Smash it. We see you guys joining. We see those names already beeping by, flitting by, flitting. Good to have all of you on the live, folks. Share that live for us. Those of you who are going to be coming back to watch us, do the same as well. Share the live. Smash that emoji button, folks. Yep. Let's get on with it. It's Monday, folks. It's Monday. Trust you guys have had a good weekend. Thanks for joining us if you did this morning. And we are fired up, guys. And we're ready to go. How about you? Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. That's how we want to be heard. Loud and clear. Good folks, a good night to each and every one of you. We want to make sure that we are shared to all of the valid and credible places as well, guys. Good to have you here. Yep, thank you so much for dropping by this evening. We got a couple of things to share with you, and then we're going to be out of your here so you can get on with the rest of it. Get on, folks. Some of you might be coming home, heading to work. I don't know, but we're happy to have you guys stopping by at this end, folks. Whichever page you're joining us on, give that page a like, give that page a share. Please and thank you, Roxanne Odessa. Good to have you there. Roxanne, how are you doing? Roxanne. Good to have you, Roxanne. Good to have you, Shauna Fortune. I see Shauna there as well. Is it me or do I see Nima Flu Bass? There. Good to see you, Nima. Good to have you, Nima. Yep. Same person. Nima said my bald head is shining. Yeah. Same person. Pam Hall, Kevin Fredericks. Good to have all of you folks on the live tonight. Kevin Fredericks. I see Michelle Wall. Debbie Collins says loud and clear. Debbie seems to be the only technician on duty tonight. Margaret Nelson is here. Yep, Somerville is in the house, folks. Juanita is here. April Small. Rosetta. Wendy's here too. Nicolette. Avril. Good to have all of you. Siobhan says loud and clear in Virginia. Yep, Siobhan McDonald says loud and clear. Well, if Virginia can hear us, what happened to the rest of you? Esther Allen. Good to see Esther and June Chase. Nima. Good to see you, MP Nima Flubas, on the live tonight. Good to have all you other folks here with us this evening. Pace and power. Good to have you folks on tonight. Let me ring this bell one time for Nima Flubas. Oh yes. Thanks for dropping by this evening. And also every night just come by. So as you hear, folks. As you hear, Nima. Good to have you folks on. How y'all doing? Pull it back a little bit. How y'all doing? Has anybody asked you that for the day? Diane Mitchell, how you doing, Diane? Lennox Anderson and all the other folks are joining us. How y'all doing? Sardia Stitchman. How you doing? Debbie Collins and Nicolette. Alana Tang. Alana, how you doing? Alana, I think I owe you a response, nigga. Alana, I feel like I owe you a response now. Did I see a message with your name on it today? Alana, good to have you here. I had so many errands to run. Sometimes you catch up with the phone in between. Listen, Nima. That's how it's done, Nima. I take training on Nima, right? On MP Nima flew best. Folks, if I've been a little tardy, I apologize. It's a training get on the Nima. Yes, the training, folks. A very good evening to each and every one of you. There's a lot happening, folks. There's a lot. We got the fight card set. Even if y'all ain't set, we set. Good to have you folks. 2592 ready? We are 2592 ready? We can talk with BJ tonight. Yes, we going to talk with BJ tonight. How are you folks doing? Do let us know that we got the fight card. Y'all holding us back because once we start, we don't want to have to come back and say the same things, you know. When we move, we erase it. You can't follow us. Destroy the mole, folks. Chagvats. How y'all folks are doing? Good to have all of you here with us. Chin Sing Henry, Diane. Good to see you, Diane. Brian. Brian Lewis, good to see you, Brian. Anita, we see you. Kelman Gibbons, we see you as well. And Brennan Thompson, we see you too. I got some Thompsons who are family, yeah? I got some Thompsons who are family. Nima says she's on every night until the service goes, yeah. The Powership or the broadband? Chen Sing, Sharon Mercurius, good to see you. Wilton Blue, we see you as well. And all the other beautiful folks who are joining us tonight. Good to have all of you on the live. If you all know our broadcast, you all know where we're going from here. Where are we going, folks? The opener. We gotta mix things up. We don't want to get predictable. No. The opener, folks. The opener. Good to have each and every one of you. And as Neiman's here, why don't we start with the PNCR, the beloved party of MP Flew Best, and a lot of my other colleagues there who are telling us tonight how out of touch the PPP really is. How out of touch the be, folks. Out of touch with the economic circumstances of our people. Poor people in this country. Out of touch with the reality of the common man. Not Sir Irwin Dunn, Sardia Stitchman, Serena Blue, Vashti Magna. Not so. Good folks, take a look and take a listen. And Imazana, she's here tonight.
Economist within the People's National Congress Reform, Elson Lowe, says that the government is totally out of touch with the people of the country. His comments were made at a recent press conference.
Many of our policies have been drawn from the complaints and the comments that we've gotten from Guyanese across the spectrum, especially low-income Guyanese and younger Guyanese who've complained about access to land, who've complained about access to finance, and who've complained about really the spiraling costs that we've seen.
He said that the government seems focused on its concept of development rather than on people who are most in need.
It neglects a lot of things that should be done. I mean, one obvious one is that these residents needed to be provided with appropriate housing, appropriate facilities. But also we've even seen Minister Rodriguez say that there are no barriers to access for finance in Guyana if you want to build and so on. Of course, the biggest barrier to access really in Guyana is the low wages that really we're faced with, the cost of living crisis that has eaten into disposable income and made it difficult for Guyanese to save and to be able to build their homes.
He said that there is the persistent unwillingness on the part of the government to address these issues.
The result of the government having the wrong focus, as a result of them making statements like this, which totally seem not to understand or recognize the situation of the typical Guyanese, the average Guyanese. You've got policies which disregard people.
PNCR leader Aubrey Norton said that with a number of problems in this country, among them squatting, the government should have long had a unit in the housing ministry with responsibility for regularizing.
Rather than approach that goes after people, and I go back to Mocha. They bulldozed the people in Mocha, and I invite you last week, I hope journalists went and see, right over the road from where they are, a fence is being put up in the same line that they said nothing can be put up, and they move the people of Mocha from.
The government cleared the people of Mocha from an area that it said would have been needed for the road construction currently underway.
So you see the vindictiveness in the government and this desire. We're now looking to see which one of their family, friends, and favorites can turn up there to occupy those lands. And that will be a story by itself.
Yep, in case you're now joining us, folks, that was the opener. We'll be able to touch with the current reality of Guyanese everywhere. Good to have you folks joining us this evening, wherever you're joining us from. Good to have so many of you. Look at many of you on the line, folks. 1,200 of you watching us. Siobhan, a couple minutes into our broadcast. Joylyn, Irwin, Kyle, Donna Miller, Shirley Galloway, Michaela. I see Sardia. Good to have you. Jason Adams here too. Oh, the whole gang out here. Good to have you, Jason. Jason Adams, Joylyn Cook, Kyle Bino, Sabrina Blue, and all the other beautiful folks. We got quite a few things to share with you guys, but why don't we pick up on a couple of things we're following internationally besides the Pope having died. The local Pope, that is. Let me hasten to say. The local Pope, the local Pope, Mr. London passed. Yep. Believe it or not, but that's another story. International, folks. Things we're following internationally. Look what happened here. 2 persons dead in a knife attack outside of a Chinese school. Can you believe that? Folks, I'm telling you this whole world is upside down. This happened in southern China today. South China, southern China. They're telling us 2 people have been killed and 10 others injured in a knife attack. And it's not immediately clear whether children were among the casualties. Police said the attack was carried out by a 45-year-old woman who used a fruit knife. This is quite strange. Parents at the school apparently expressed shock and fear after being informed about the incident. Whole world turned upside down. Our thoughts and prayers. These young people, kids, folks, our thoughts and prayers with the family. 2 dead folks, 10 or more injured. That's what they're telling us. This primary school in southern China. Yeah. Y'all think it's easy? Well, it is not. It is not. I'm thankful that we're not along this show, though. Very, very thankful. Look what else we're following, folks. Look what else we're following. They're telling us former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma. You all know Jacob started your own party now. Jacob started your own party now. That's what they're telling us. Barred from running for parliament. Yeah, looks like his party, they were going for a big win there. Are you guys following this? What's happening in South Africa? You know, it's quite sad. I saw some commentators saying this might be the end of the ANC, the end of the party of Nelson Mandela. Is that the age in which we're living, folks? Is that it? We're watching to see, but tonight, Zuma is barred. Over to you, Zuma. Folks are looking to see what's the next move. 1,400 folks watching us, including Debbie Hohenkirk. Come on down. Leonard Sampson, Rastaman, Annette Cummins, Leonard. I see Linda is here too. Wendy, Jamal Aziz. Folks, good to see all of you. Chinsing Henry, Brenda Henry, the whole Henry clan. That's my family, you know. That's my family. My grandfather's surname was Henry. Please and thank you, Henry. That being said, we're watching to see what's happening here in South Africa. What's going down, folks? The people turned out to see Zuma quite recently at a rally. Yeah, big support for Jacob Zuma there. But the courts, the High Court, South Africa, dealing him a big blow, or the highest court, according to the reports, dealing him quite a blow. 1,500 folks watching us. Folks, thanks to you. Thanks to each and every one of you, folks, for tuning in this evening. Next week is general elections, by the way, in South Africa. So quite interesting. Quite interesting. Some of the things that are happening next week. And they're telling us this is the Constitutional Court that ruled that his 15 months prison sentence for contempt of court has disqualified him. Yep, apparently they're not allowing convicts there to run. But in this country, you could have convicts in the cabinet. Convicts in this camp net. Yeah. You all know who they be. Who know? Convicts. Convicts. Wasn't Kwame convicted? Wasn't he convicts, we say, in his camp net? The scrubbing board cabinet. Yeah. That's how it happens here. South Africa, they said, no. No, Jacob, no. So much for that, good folks. So much for that. Look what else we're following around the region, folks. Around the region, look what else we're following. I think it's easy. That's a lot happening. A lot. As soon as you wink, you miss a moment. Haiti's main international airport, and this is a very important one here, has reopened. It has been closed for the last 2 months due to very, very heavy fighting and a lot of violence in the capital of Port-au-Prince there in Haiti. And so folks are seeing this as a kind of a signal that things are coming back to a kind of normality. Yep. I love that for Haiti. Love that for Haiti. Hear from them, Jen, as CARICOM leaders, don't wave the white flag. You see, that's why they said at the airport the other day. Was it our guy? Where were they? Coming back from some place. Oh, CARICOM has worked. Airfund declared mission accomplished. Well, Haiti's still trying to stand on its feet there. Still trying to stand on its feet. And they said after a lot of gang violence, Haiti International Airport has reopened the main international airport. Right. This is the Tucson Overture Airport reopened for the first time 3 months after gang violence forced its closure. Yep. And they're telling us that the airport is expected to alleviate a critical shortage of medication and basic supplies, of course, cut off, no way to get it in there. And the main seaport has remained severely affected, with gangs controlling 80% of the capital. Even say CARICOM has worked. CARICOM has worked. My God. The Father help us in this place, you know. CARICOM has worked. Mission accomplished, I guess. Mission accomplished, but happy to see some sense of normality coming back to Haiti with the Tucson Overture Airport there reopening. Yep, best wishes to them on that front. Best wishes to them on that front. And y'all know we got our own basket of excuse. Once we come home, we got our own of its use. Yeah. The most one can be basket to fetch water. We had our ears to the ground to hear what's the latest coming out of the teachers' strike action. I know they were meeting again with the Ministry of Labor and the Ministry of Education today, but we didn't expect anything. Irfan Anil, Finance Minister, said teachers don't getting nothing, but it's still in conciliation talks. The ministry trying to back up people, you know, pull wool over the eyes of our teachers. That's what they're trying to do here. Precisely what they're trying to do here. Pull wool over the teachers' eyes. You can't fool them again. And I say again, this is not about teachers operating under duress. It has nothing to do with that. It is the teachers operating on a lot of distrust. They can't trust the word of the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education there, Chanel Hussein Outar. Can't trust her. Back a little Dutch axe. Can't trust the chief labor officer. Cannot trust the chief development officer of the cooperatives. Back at dishonest people. And then Irfan with his undermining self. According to Justice Sandal Kisur in that last judgment, can't trust them at all. At all. Can't trust them. That being said, folks, we got a lot of ground to cover. I hope. Got a lot of ground to cover. The WPA is selling us the concern. You know why? Because here, fun depon it. Heaven forbid, it's not you tell me it's we depon. It's not you, or it's Linda, or it's Eva, or is it Wilma Grant? Huh? Sparkle Gonzalez. This you or Simo tell me. He depon it. Set us. He depon it, huh? He depon it. Even depon it. Folks, good people, at home and abroad, we are taking the mobilization of personnel on our borders much too. We're not taking it seriously because the deponent, that's why I want to tell you, the deponent, and that's part of what we saw coming out of a press statement out of the Working People's Alliance. This is the Dr. David Hines, Kadaki. They're associated with this party. Renewed aggression. And like we ain't catching ourselves. The people building bridge. I hear they're building now a whole town at Ankoko. Recently opened the bridge. And on their side of the border with Ankoko, building. Heaven forbid, you tell me now, the depon it. The deponent, a set of it here from them. They should have make me something, you know. Who knows? Jack, you must sit down in the channel. 2,000 of you watching us. Jack, you must sit down in the channel out. Someplace. Don't give the channel. Can't trust them, as Sharon Dow says. The deponent. They are taking this matter much too lightly. The good book says, Sharon Dow and Vernella Garnett, while men slept, Wilma Grant. The enemy came in, even them sleeping. Right? Even worry about the wrong things. Look back here and say, butt-ups. Loose on the board, there's trouble, you know, that's the secret weapon. That's the PPP secret weapon for the Venezuela. Oh, you Lucy on the stage at Ankoko. What ups? He start like that. Confuse them soldiers and run away. Secret weapon. Everyone has been secret weapon. Yeah. The people building a whole town at Ankoko. Raven doing building a stage. He's a secret weapon, you know, to confuse the enemy. Everyone is a secret weapon to confuse the enemy. You build a stage at Ankoko. You put he and all his minions who are holy coat. I can see them Venezuelan soldiers running away. And even they lock back their hands and say, what up? And he start confusion in the Venezuelan camp. That's probably why they didn't take this matter seriously. Got to be why, Abira, they are not taking this matter seriously. And the WPA says they're very, very concerned. Very concerned. You know what? Quite recently we heard former ambassador, retired ambassador Ronald Austin Sr., speaking to this very issue. Take a listen to some of what the former ambassador said. Take a listen, folks. Take a look. Do we have it? Take a listen.
Late last year, when Venezuela ratcheted up its bellicosity, Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Ralph Gonzalez, with support from Barbados Prime Minister Maya Motley, caused the meeting to be held between Guyana and Venezuela. An agreement called the Argyle Declaration was signed. That agreement was for neither Guyana nor Venezuela to threaten the status quo ahead of the ruling by the World Court. Since then, Venezuela has made laws and has taken decisions on Essequibo. However, for its part, according to observers, Guyana hasn't done much to protect its interests. On Sunday, retired diplomat Ronald Austin again called for the education of Guyanese.
I don't know of any major government-determined public policy program about the border controversy which is going on right now. And not only, which is for me a major concern, not only for the urban population, but for the people, as you mentioned in the previous program, people in the areas adjoining the border with Venezuela.
He said Guyana seems to have gone very quiet on the border issue. At the same time, Venezuela has become very aggressive. He said that almost every day Venezuela produces a report on the controversy.
An area that I find very worrisome, where Guyana does not compete at all, is a number of PhD theses which are being, I suppose, written at the instigation of the Venezuelan government. The last one that I saw, which is over 938 pages, was written by a man called Rafael Madrid. And that not only takes on entire border controversy, but it makes an attempt to put paid to our case as it is at the ICJ.
Austin said that Venezuela has been very active on the information side. At the same time, Guyana seems to be slacking its effort. Venezuela, having identified the governor of Essequibo, has been acting on the recommendations of the country.
Is the authority to revoke existing contracts in our territory, Essequibo, and to receive, consider, and approve project proposals in Essequibo, particularly as it relates to oil and gas.
That was Advocate Mervyn Williams.
The government of Guyana, on the other hand, had a meeting with the leader of the opposition and is yet to implement a number of the issues that it discussed and agreed upon.
Given the declaration that Guyana has taken over Essequibo, the Republic has added a star to the Venezuelan flag. The neighboring countries also objecting to countries not flying with the star.
That matter, the question of the star on the flag is causing a lot of problems, and I have not seen it discussed here publicly in Guyana. I don't know what flag is being flown in Thomas Street where the embassy is. I don't know what flag is being flown at embassies in Caracas. I do not know. But for Venezuela, it is such an important matter that when the British flew a flag without that extra star, the Charge d'Affaires was summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and upbraided for not recognizing. Well, obviously, it's people now.
Yep. Welcome back, folks. That's some of what we saw, some of what we heard over the weekend. Yeah. Y'all think it's easy? Have fun sleeping on this walk. The president is he, boy. What kind of president? Maybe Mark knows, Lyndon, and it Cummins. What kind of president is Arfan? Content Clock, Annette Cummins, Andrew Griffith, Lyndon Gill, sleeping on the walk. They ain't concerned. The people building some big bridges, building tongues, fortifying themselves, airstrips, all kind of things. Not here, but WhatsApps. Yeah. Priming the secret weapon. What a waste. What a tragedy. Thankful for the 2,500 of you who are watching us live on a Monday night, folks. We are so privileged. Some other things we're following. But look, story here now, man. Y'all think this country is, you're not police from thief now. Y'all think it is? It's not easy. The country, not easy. Never dull moment. Never. Never a dull moment, folks. Folks, let me tell you something. Tell you all something. When you're no police from thief, you're in a bad way. Like just tell you up front. We're joking, Joe. Right? We're not joking. When you're no police from thief in your own country, you're in a bad way. You're in a very, 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 very bad way. And that's what happened over the weekend. Could you imagine? It's very button there. Could you imagine Kanu ranks are being fingered in the kidnapping of a Venezuelan businessman? Or is it a Brazilian? None of they're trying to solve the case, you know. None of the Kanu ranks, good folks, are trying to solve the case. No. Solve case? Solve case? They're not trying to solve no case. They're part of the conspiracy. Brothers and sisters, they're part of the conspiracy. That's part of what we saw over the weekend. They still at least 2 Kanu ranks and 1 officer from the GRA detained over the weekend. 2,600 folks now watching us. And let me tell you where they're watching us from. A couple of folks watching us on Twitter. We got 1,400 plus watching us on YouTube. We got 1,100 plus watching us on our main Facebook page. And then we got some more watching us in some other places. Yep, we're grateful, folks. Kanu agents detained. In a country you can run in. You know the president from the vice president. The puppet from the puppet master. You know police from thief. We might be heading for failed state. Ladies and gentlemen, we may just be heading for a failed state. But like the 411 quick. Like giving the 411 quick, fast, and in a hurry. Over the weekend, 2 Kanu agents. Right? This is the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit in Letem in Region 9 were detained on suspicion of kidnapping and extortion by a Brazilian businessman These are the allegations. Apparently, the businessman and his wife were stopped last month, around in March of this year. They were reportedly held up by the agents who allegedly collected over $3 million from them. Who's sharing their life tonight? Who is smashed? No emoji, but this others get valid, incredible information and can see what's happening in little Dubai. Yep. They were on their way returning to Brazil when this incident took place. They said on Sunday the businessman, along with senior ranks in Regional Division 9, went to the KANU headquarters where they met two agents. The victim identified the two KANU officers as the alleged perpetrators, and they were subsequently arrested. Can you see those scraps? You're not police from thief. When they stop me ask for the batch number, blood sample, everything, blood type. I say, hold on. Call into CID. Y'all know these fellas here? Yeah. Rufus and Swashwati. Y'all know these people here? Yeah. The ranks have since denied the allegations. Later denied the allegations. That's what they say. The police is to obtain legal advice as to the way forward. Yep. They're telling us, in addition to this, not only these two officers, but 5 officers would have been part of detaining the couple in March. Right? 3 others were from the Ghana Revenue Authority. They're telling us, including a senior official who investigators are looking for. Cowboy country. This is a cowboy country. Sparkle Gonzalez. Sparkle is a police and thief. Who is the police and who is the thief? And this is not only in KANU and GRA, no. This is in Shivnarine, Chandrapal Drive. Around the corner. You don't know police from thief. Is that he went in the living room with Sue? Isn't that we? Yes, you went in the living room. If them KANU officers see BJ and a hustle, they want to make a bread up. They want to eat a food up. Donald George says lawlessness. Oren Barker said money happy met. Them boys want to eat a bread. Clear Cumberbatch says what? Ivor Miller. Both all two. You know police from thief. Lot of them. Shivna Range and Japal Drive. Lot of, in this camp net. Some crooks. These boys watching them. Taking training. Taking training under them. Thanks to the 2,800 of you watching us tonight. Taking training under them boys. So he said, a senior GRA official is being sought. Senior. Royston Campbell said, who's Sue? Is that he went in the living room? He handles all the arrangements. Any government side. Scamps. Pack of scams. We ain't forget them. Racing up to the 9 o'clock hour, folks. Going to see a Nielsen, Leslie, and Rastaman and all that. Imagine that. KANU agents. Jesus have mercy. We're in a bad day. But we got to the top. This is rotten from the head. Roderick, Marcia Jackman, Angela Jordan is rotten from the head. From the head. Things are widely known in this country. Ministers just gone in there and sit down, building big mansions. Ministers own big buildings at middle of the street and all over the place. Ministers in this government suddenly building apartment buildings. Not one, not two. Ministers got casinos. Yeah. Rivaling the Ambanis of India. In the fetting, in the opulence. Crooks, corrupt scamps. When you don't know police from thief, in your own government, your own country, you're in a bad way. You're in a bad way. This is an oxymoron. Kanu agents detain. The Kanu agencies do the detaining. When they're being detained, who watching the borders that they're supposed to be watching? Who watching the imports? Who watching the exports? If they're being detained, crooks and criminals. Crooks and criminals. Let me stop then. Moving on, folks. Moving on. Moving on. In other news, crooks and criminals. We said it. Fight me. God damn it. Fight me. How is it going? We show you how a lot of things is going. We show a lot of things start. We don't know how we show you how it's going. You remember that policeman, Mr. Fowler? Oh, Jesus. We live in such a country. 2,900 of you watching us. We live in such a country. Who can smash it? How y'all feeling out there? Y'all happy? Imagine police killing police. The man wife says no accident. The man wife repose. That's what the man's wife said. She believe is accident. Sergeant Alex Vaughn. Remember when they were going to get, what was it, man Wong? Something Wong? Who had escaped? This man was shot. Policeman shot several times. Shot several times. He said it was a mistake. The file still PPP. 2 months later. The file still with the DPP. Only in this country you have things like this. 2 months later, police killing police. Police is thief. Thief is police. That's what they have reduced this beautiful country of ours from. So, decadence and decay. That's what we have become. 2 months later, Police Sergeant Alex Vaughn says, his wife says, she didn't believe her husband died by no accident. That's what the lady said. And she's been continually asking for justice. You know, if we don't stay on this, you don't ask for it, the file and so on, they forget you. They'll forget Alex Vaughn, forget your wife. Like how to forget the black box. You remember last year? Was it December, early December, late November? 5 GDF officers killed in a helicopter crash. Much like Ibrahim Morsi, the Iranian president. How long has it been? We're still waiting on the contents of the black box. The black box must be deep. With a lot of terabytes to go through. Terabytes of data. You not on these boys. They forget you. 5 gone down. They don't name a street after them, so they forget about that. They died in martyrs, apparently. Forget about that. Forget about black box. We know it's fog. Even on the international scene, Israel is a suspect for what went down there in Iran. People say Biden said nothing yet. They watched it, he cross-eye, sideways. Suspect. Them boys say bad weather, the black box gone. 1 year later, we're still waiting. We still waiting. You know, police from thief. Sergeant Vaughn's wife said, Trenting was accident. Them men going on an operation. Vaughan didn't know one he owned shoot it 3 times. That's accident. Jesus of mercy. There's accident. The wickedness in this country. Wickedness in high places. I better make straight the way of the Lord. Because on that great and terrible day of judgment, you're going to know. I don't talk. Moving on. Look some of the other things we're following. For your information, folks. Yeah. For your information, people in the Everton, Bobis, they said if boating. I saw one report said the thing producing, and next report said the thing is expected to produce. You just don't know. You just don't know with these boys. The boat is expected to produce X amount. It is producing X amount. I don't know what to make of it. I just don't know. The Powership. Yeah. The Powership, folks. Here are the folks telling us. Oh, I'm not there yet. For information, you know, they're revising the sentence guideline. I'm always amazed at how sentencing is done. I know, studying enough law to understand, you got a sliding scale. Sometimes the scale don't look just. Sometimes the scale don't look just. So almost complete the reform. That's a step in the right direction. A step in the right direction, folks. And as we hasten on to wrap up, because we're looking at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, and we're looking at 50 minutes into our broadcast. The GNBS telling us that they've verified the police speed guns, breathalyzer kits, and other things used by the GPF like this. They verified them. Yeah. I'd love to see some of the procedure these things go through to be verified, the speed guns and so on. I see too many policemen jumping out from behind bushes, flicking out from behind large rocks. I got you here now with these guns. It's madness. Y'all learn from him. It's really Lord in him. Y'all learn. Police jumping out of trees with speedy guns. Hey, I got you now. This cowboy, thanks to the 3,100 of you watching us, this cowboy country of ours, 1,700 of you watching us in YouTube, 1,300 plus watching us on our main Facebook page. Thank you, guys. They said the speed gun. I see policemen jumping on the parachutes. Hey, I got you here now. Pull over. I think something is wrong with that. And we told you guys last week, the traffic chief was saying, stop calling the big ones where you get stopped. Maoists protesting, complaining. Rabindranath, stop calling the big ones. Again, just this little one here stop me. Right? Marky face, you better tell you. He job threatened there. Policeman says, stop. Traffic chief says, stop calling the big ones. Do the right thing, you right. Do the right thing. GMBS said it. Calibrated the speed guns, the breathalyzer kits. What have you? What have you? They've calibrated it. That's a step in the right direction. Like the sentencing guidelines that they're updating. Good job to the GNBS. I know some of the folks there. They said the verification ensures accuracy and credibility in court proceedings, for instance. Speeding or you're under the influence of the things. It helps accuracy and credibility. They go on to say that verification work has been developed over the past few years with local capacity used to assist the Ghana police force and verified equipment. Listen to this now. Listen to this. Excuse me. Verified equipment, they say, right, is identified by a yellow GNBS sticker. So you know what to look. When the service I see the gun. Why you calling the batch number? Because you're not police, some thief. Chickens. You got this man here, 1654. What's your name again? Turn on the gun, let's see it good. Look for the yellow sticker. The yellow GNBS. What GNBS, you know? Them boys are print some stickers, you know. GNBS. Them boys are print some stickers, you know. So the verified equipment has a yellow GNBS. Stickers. That being said, folks, signs of the times. Times and signs. Signs and times. Again, it's quite terrible. It's quite terrible. It's quite terrible. It's quite terrible. Look what happened here. Big lady found me. Big lady found me. Yes, River River. Cameroon River. 21-year-old Philistine fancy called Peer Pie. 71-year-old. She's a pensioner from Karau village near Sequebo River, believed to have drowned. So the incident occurred between Monday, May 15th and Sunday, May 19th. The woman was missing from her home, was last seen on May 15th. Police received information of a floating body in the Sequebo River quite recently. As a result of a search, as a result of that, a search party was formed comprising of residents of Karau village and the police. 3 days later, on Sunday, May 19th, the body was located in the vicinity of Abu Kabra, Karau village, and the Essequibo River. Yep. 71 years old, believed to have been drowned. I did a whole show morning about bodies floating in this country. It's a phenomenon. There's bodies floating. Maybe it's because we're the land of many waters. Bodies floating. Carnage on our roads and our waterways. Violence against. That's the 40 plagues. Alibaba and the 40 thieves. The 7 plagues, the loosenery. They said that upon examination, it was observed that this body was that to be of a female of Amerindian descent, suspected to be Francie. The body was observed floating face down, clad in a burgundy skirt and a multicolored top. But due to the advanced stage of the decomposition, marks of violence could not be determined. So the scene was processed by police and the body was taken to the Bartica Regional Hospital. Yep. Body just floating up. Wickedness. Wickedness in high places. Think that's the end, that's the beginning of sorrows. Accident report. Hit and run, Sheriff Street roundabout. Hit and run on the Sheriff Street roundabout. Never dull moment, never. Division 4A. Police personnel said to be investigating a hit and run. Serious fuel accident that occurred on Sunday, yesterday, at about 1900 hours on the railway embankment in the vicinity of the Sheriff roundabout, involving a motorcycle, registration number CK 5954, owned and driven by Chevron Payne. 30-year-old of Lot 45, Canal Road, Stanley Town, on the west bank of Demerara. So her vehicle and motor pickup with registration plate PPP 2442, black in color, owner's name and address unknown, The motorcycle, 5954, was proceeding east along the northern lane railway embankment, while this motor pickup, PP 2442, proceeding west, they say, along the southern lane of the said road, and was both vehicles, they said, they were about to pass each other when it's alleged that the driver of the pickup lost control and collided. Lost control and collided the right side of the cycle. Payne fell onto the road surface and received injuries. The driver of the motor pickup kept driving. Offense in and of itself, leaving the scene of an accident. Said Payne was picked up in an unconscious state by the Sheriff Medical Ambulance Service and escorted to Georgetown Public Hospital. Serious injuries. It's like the wild. I think it finished there. I ready to go. Enmore Public Road, they said a pedestrian run into the path of a truck. Ruplal Henderson. Ruplal Henderson died on Sunday after he reportedly ran into the path of a truck on the Enmore Public Road, East Coast. People got problems in this country. They saw in Little Dubai, people killing themselves. The lorry was heading west along the road. The driver, 37-year-old resident, Agriculture Road, alleged that Henderson ran across the road into the path of the truck. That's what the driver said. As a result of the collision, he fell onto the road surface, received a lot of injuries. Picked up in an unconscious state and escorted to the GPHC, Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, pronounced dead on arrival. The truck driver is in police custody, helping with investigations. Yep. Think it easy? They got Powership problems. One report said they're about to up to 35 megawatts. Another one said it's there. People united though. Powership and powering. They shipping. They said they're upping their megawatts incrementally. The Powership has increased its generation output to 35 megawatts. Are you feeling it? Take it twice today, don't have blackout. Today, Monday, a capacity test was completed, confirming the ship is now at maximum capacity of 36 megawatts. For how long? For how long? They said this significant boost in generation is supposed to result in the reduction in the service interruption, reduction in blackouts, according to a statement from the power company. According to the statement from the power company. That's what they're telling us, folks. That being said, folks, the closer. Can't leave without a closer. Paul Slow says the standard operating procedures or standard procedures have not been observed in this damn little case. That's what Paul Slow tells us tonight. Yeah. It's cowboy country, different strokes for different folks. Take a look. The standard procedures in the damn little case not observed. Paul Slow.
Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow in his recent program said that contrary to public belief, former Minister Nigel Damrell is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a competent court of law.
In recent times, a lot of people have not been granted this presumption, and I refer to people like Damon McLennan in the from the sergeant who was charged with an offense relating to Quindon Bacchus murder. Not a murder, some far-fetched thing they brought against him. And the other two guys, the robbery guy and the next one, Simon, were charged. I think it was on the 5th of July 2022. And the same day they went to court, pleaded not guilty to the charge. The extended squatter dismissed them from the force.
Damrell reported to the police at Coven John having been invited. According to his lawyer, he was interviewed by the police. Slow said that this was wrong.
You have no authority to interview this Damrell when he goes there. You can't interview him. You caution him, and then he says, well, he can give a statement. Because even when he elects to give a statement, you cannot ask him anything.
Flo said that the law so prescribes. He said that even if Damlal opts to give a caution statement, the police should record that statement exactly as it's given. He added that the report of the policeman questioning Damlal is wrong on the part of the police. Further, according to the Sexual Offences Act, there is no need for corroboration.
I know it's draconian. I have always said it is draconian, but that is the law. That is the law. There's no need for any corroboration. A lot of other details were given in the media report. These were called. You got to take statement from all those persons. All. And when we talk about taking statement, including negative statements, police don't know now what is a negative statement.
Slow said that standard procedure would have demanded that Damlal's fingerprints and mugshot be taken.
We have seen no mugshot. It'll be them all in his date of birth and his name, date of birth, and the offense for which he's arrested. So what nonsense you're talking about? You're telling people about the normal procedure. What normal procedure? Standard procedure, according to your words. Damlal is being treated preferentially. So the normal procedure is that once this first part we're talking about was finished, he should have been fingerprinted, he should have been photographed, he should have been put to the wall and have his mugshot taken.
For any other person, the mugshot would have been plastered in social media, he said. He said that standard procedure wasn't applied in the Damlal matter.
Yep. That's the closer, folks. That is the closer. The standard operating procedure not applied. Of course, it's that time. Thanks for joining us this evening, good folks. That's our time. Unfortunately, that's our program for this evening. I'm so privileged to have had 3,200 plus of you here on with us this evening. That's the closer. Yeah, cowboy country, of course. Different strokes for different folks. Eva Martins, good to see you there. Let me go. Candy Neline, Bernadette Duncan, Veronica Primo Rollins. Good to have you. Dolly Anderson, Royston Campbell, Roderick Henry, Coral Providence. Good to have you. Let me go. Rosetta Barton, and all the other folks. Great to see you on the live tonight. Victoria Singh, Roger Bouye, Debbie Collins, and Claire Alexis Charmley. Claire Cumberbatch, good to see you. Evelina Whitaker, Brian Daniels, and all the other folks who are joining us this evening. Pace and power. That's our time, good folks. And that's our program. Stay safe. See you guys on the next broadcast. And Jelly Abrams, Lennox Anderson, I see you there, Lennox. I see you there. Folks, forgive me if I stick around and call a couple more names. Forgive me if I stick around and call a couple more names. Call some of you who are supporting us. Candidly Endajit, I see you too. Sandra Hanover, I see you as well. Laverne Lincott, see you too. Coral Providence. I see Diane Graves. And Diane, I mean by you, girl. Two mountains don't meet Diane. It's two men it's meet. Jacqueline. Osman Hobbs, good to see you too. Edward Brooms and Donna George. Chinsing Henry, good to see each and every one of you on the live tonight. Pace and power and pace. Good to have you guys here. That's our time for this evening. And that's our program. Ramilianda, see you as well. Everett Leonard, I see you too. Bray Prince, Clive Fraser. Is it Clive Fraser or Foster? Yeah, Clive Fraser. I got it right. You need a Mona, good to see you. Mona Stobie, good to see you as well. Rastaman, Leslie Thompson, family, Alana Tang. Yes, Alana, I see you, girl. I see you. Right, give me a couple of minutes. I'll come wrong by you. Give me a couple of minutes. Alana Tang. Edward and Linda and Abigail Semple. Good to see you, folks. We're going to see you guys on the next one. Leslie says the government needs to pay our teachers. Let's end on that very, very high note. Let us end on that very, very high note. Edward Broom says, keep Sugate alive. Even higher note. Abigail Semple, Candy Leader in the Jeet says it's the president's. Yeah, it's the president's. Same thing. Dance and dance. Thank you, Coral Providence. Coral says you're doing an excellent job, Sherrod. Thank you so much. Oh, that's like fuel. Corel says, I love you. I love back to you, Corel. I love back to you. Please and thank you. Leslyn Johnson, Jacqueline, and all the other folks. Alison Cortez. I know you were here, Alison. You hear so quiet, yeah. You hear so quiet. That's our time, folks. And that's our